part of a new series considering the impact on the southeast coast.
Just meters from certain death. These breathtaking pictures highlight the vulnerability and desperation of people willing to risk their lives in the world's busiest shipping lane to reach the southeast coast. In this three-part series, we look at the impact of these small boat crossings on Kent's coastal communities and find out what those who live here really think.
It's just boatload after boatload that are coming over now.
Everybody needs to be helped. We're all humans.
From a safety point of view or a border security...
Piss off, Damien.
Crossings to stop.
Piss off.
But first, what happens when the boats reach UK waters? Dover's fishermen often have first sighting of the boats as they make their way across the channel. They're the people who alert the Coast Guard and, at times, help with the rescue.
You can understand maybe the plight that why they're coming, but at the same time, your own thoughts are, where are these persons going to live?
When you see them in the water very close to you and you see their faces, their individual faces, does that change your perspective?
It depends on the situation and maybe the people aboard the dinghy. Some look as though they've possibly just left, others look as though they've been to sea for quite a long time, and when they've been like that, you perhaps do feel, a little bit for them.
We're just about midway across the channel here. Around 10 miles that way is the French coastline, so it's not far between the two countries. And you can see how windy it is and how choppy the water is. And for a small inflatable dinghy packed with people, a journey like this is fraught with danger.
Well, at first, it just seemed a bit of a joke, really. You'd see people just floating across in small inflatable dinghies and sometimes paddling across in inflatable canoes and using anything they could. I mean, I even heard one day of people attempting it in an inflatable child's swimming pool. But now it's actually a well-oiled machine.
What do you think about the operation to stop it happening? What do you see?
If I'm honest, I've seen no change. They're coming over as quickly and as easily as they was 4 or 5 years ago.
Having passed French patrols, sometimes they reach the shore evading UK border force too. And it's not uncommon for residents who live along the coast to see people clambering up the beach in places like Deal.
The boats are full, sitting almost on the edges. And they just leap onto the shore and pull the boat up a bit and leap off with great relief. And I think, good luck to them.
Most of the adults who arrive are taken to hotels and accommodation around the country.
Yeah, of course they
are. During
are.
the pandemic, there were so many that the Home Office had to find more space fast. They took over the disused Napier Army Barracks in Folkestone.
Yep.
Since then, hundreds of people have stayed there, coming and going in the community.
For one small boat, 45, 50 persons, I have not safe jacket, It's difficult, really. For all, because we come with children.
No, you don't.
With girls, small baby also. It's difficult.
Are you glad you came?
Yeah, it's okay, yeah. I'm okay now.
Some choose to settle here, like Khalil, who fled Afghanistan when he was just 12 years old. He travelled across the channel in the back of a lorry and now lives near Dover.
I was scared on every step because I heard a lot, people has lost their lives to coming over in a lorry because anything can happen.
Some people watching this might say you shouldn't be taking a journey like you did, an illegal journey. What would you say to them?
If there is anyone thinking like this, they have to look how hard the journey is. Lots of people has lost their lives through this journey. No one is happy or willing to leave their country if their country is safe.
Khalil is now trying to
Yeah,
help his
and
brother
France
escape
is
to
safe.
Taliban too, but says the UK's legal routes aren't working. Since he arrived, tens of thousands have instead turned to small boats to get here.
They must be desperate
13 miles along the coast at Hythe, this group of sea swimmers are intimately aware of the dangers of the water.
This is a really perilous crossing. Today we'll probably get some because it looks fairly calm at the moment, but it's really, really dangerous. If you go in there for more than about 10 minutes, you'll probably get hypothermia.
But even this small community is divided over what they see.
I have seen a video of a boat landing here and heard what people were saying to them as they came up the beach, which was horrible, saying,
No, it wasn't. You're not welcome.
Get back in your boat.
Feel a bit invaded, I suppose, and you know, I don't really know what they're escaping from.
I guess the automatic reaction is that they shouldn't be coming in, but again, it's why they're coming that's the problem. Rather than, I mean, I'd rather we didn't see people coming and running up the beach, but it's the fact they have to do it that's the problem, not the fact they are.
More than 28,000 people made the crossing last year, the equivalent of the size of the town of Deal. Although most adults don't settle here, this is where they arrive. Next time, we'll hear more from people living in these coastal communities